acting and your understanding. Yo.
Pudum family, this is Abu Ratata from Galaxy Radio, and I watch, I listen, I observe like I teach all the time.
Yo my people, it's your boy Bandana, House of Pharaoh's resident, you already know what it is. Right now you're watching Black Eyes TV 7. Tune in.
Yo, it's your boy The Week here with Black Eyes TV 7. You already know, keep it locked, it's your boy. A lot more to come in the future, so make sure you keep it locked, stay right here, don't go nowhere, this is the place to be.
Alright, this is your divine being, Aisha Peters, and you are watching the one and only where you get the best quality content, Black Eyes TV. Peace.
We watch Black Eyes TV. He's lying. I watch Black Eyes TV all the time when I'm at
Will Jatali please stand? Jatali Bellaton. Let's have a round of applause for her. She is an award-winning author. She has published a book called Kids Who Bang. She's an expert in finance, financial literacy, and teaching our youngsters how to be rich. She travels the world. She's an amazing public speaker, so we're going to try and hear from her definitely. So any questions around finance, this is the guru. Is that all right? Let's have a round of applause, people. She's originally from Cape Verde. She studied in Manchester, and she's currently living in the United States of America. She's a New Yorker. Is that all right? All right. Next up to bat, please stand, Brother Blue Pill. Is a household name in the conscious community. These guys are just simply amazing. Their wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is par excellence. I was in the car. I was blessed to have picked them up, and as we were driving, the knowledge that was being dropped in the car, I was all over the place, you know. it was knowledge overload. Trust me. So yeah, just an amazing experience. So yeah, Brother Blue Pill. Next up to bat, please stand, sir. Looks very, very similar to the man who was just standing. This is Brother Red Pill. Another household name, obviously the twins, household names in the conscious community. Again, the knowledge, did I say the knowledge? All right. We've already spoken to the Queen, we're going to come back to the Queen. All right, like I said earlier, King Nana Yao. Recently installed, Ghanaian King and his brother as well. They're going to be, they're really here for the event that we've got tomorrow. But like I said, I just wanted to wait in the room. I just wanted to introduce the family, you know, and I just want that energy to start moving around Leeds, that conscious energy. Yeah, because we're up here, man. The Rasta movement was strong up here, so the consciousness is strong up here. So we just wanted to reunite it. So Nana Yao's in the building, King Nana Yao. You already know Professor Infudishi. The room is heavy right now. The room is heavy right now. The room is heavy right now. He's one of our greatest scholars. And I say that, and I don't say that lightly. He's one of our greatest scholars. I was so blessed to go on a tour of the museum in Brooklyn, in the Brooklyn Museum, and we went to the Egypt area, and all of the other people that had their tour guides basically wanted to fire their tour guide, because when they heard Professor Infudishi, he speaks Melinetta, he can read the hieroglyphs. So he's looking at the things on the wall and he's telling us what it says, and you can see people like, no, I need to be with this guy. They couldn't believe it. It was truly an experience. So the room's heavy right now. Professor Infudishi. Next up to that, Dr. Nova Felder. Come on now. And I'm going to let him introduce himself, and the reason why I'm going to do that is because he was recently installed as well. He was recently installed now. He's an American, and he is reconnected with the motherland. He's reconnected with Ghana, and he has been installed, which would be the equivalent of a lord here, a baron in this country. So you give the whole thing.
So first I want to give a shout out to my big brother, Nana Yao. He is the king maker. So Nana itself means king. Nana. So I'm gonna give you guys my new name. On September 9th, about a month ago, I was installed in the Kwemufie tradition, which are Akan people. You know the Akan people because many of you are the Akan.
That's right.
Right? Many of you hail from the islands, hail maybe from the south of the United States. Those people, many of them are the Akan tradition. My stool name is Nana Asari Asameni the First. Thank you.
We're going to have the biggest round of applause because Heather is from Leeds. All right. So Heather Nelson, please stand. Heather Nelson JP, she's a Justice of the Peace. She also works with the Black Health Initiative. She is an amazing community activist. She's the brainchild of the Legacy Awards and does amazing things in the community. So, you know, even though we've got the international guests, you know we have to have the local in the building.
That's right.
And of course, we've got King Fluid Irie on sound.
Wellness Salute, Supernova South by Medicine Man. So the Super Mega Greens is a great wellness supplement to take pre and post workout. All you gotta do is grab a scoop, put in some water, some fruit juice, shake it and go. It's a great convenience for cell building, fresh oxygen to the cells. So when you're pre-working out, that extra pump, extra oxygen to the bloodstream from the plant proteins to get you amazing magnetism and the boost in the gym. Post-workout, it's a great recovery meal. Great for cell replenishing and rejuvenation. The Mega Greens has holistic, organic supplements, wheatgrass, spirulina, dandelion, alfalfa, chlorella, and ginger. Those working in tandem together creates an amazing, exuberant, extraordinary matrix of power, endurance, clarity, and fortification for your cells, your bones, your kidneys, your organs, your brain waves to be electromagnetic in everything and all that you do. Super Mega Green, Super Foods. We're electrified.
I do things for people and it's gratifying. It gratifies me. You know, this is not me necessarily looking outside of myself for validation. It's me fulfilling my purpose. And my purpose is service. So when I put smiles on other people's face, you know, even if it's looked at as external, that's still me. You know what I'm saying? And it helps remind me to recharge. You know, that narrative that's going on in my own mind. You know what I mean? Because, you know, on a daily, you have to reaffirm to yourself what it is that you out here doing and why you're doing it and what you're willing to do, you know, and sometimes you might surprise yourself. You feel me? So keep with it, brother. All right?
This is how we march. This is how we march when we are together. This is the sound we make when we are together. And for everybody who wants to know what Iolele means, somebody wants to know? I love you. We stand for each other. We tell each other how much we do love each other.
That's right.
Please sit if you want. If you want to stand, you can stand. If you want to be on the floor, take your shoes off. Relax. We are home now. We are home. There is no one here who is foreign to me. This is what love is.
The woman is here.
We talk about love. And if I'm going to give my back to my elders and my king and my elders, it's not because, you know, I want to disrespect them. It's because I know they got my back.
That's right.
No matter what, they got the Queen's back.
That's right.
This is what love means. Love has been corrupted into becoming this romantic thing that goes on between a man and a woman only, and that, you know, we can have an idea of what it means, but love is not none of that.
That's right.
Love is an energy.
That's
Love is the most potent energy ever. And with love, we can build pyramids. We're still figuring out how to build them. We don't know because we are out of love.
That's right.
We have to work back into being in love. Love is the energy that made creation possible. Love is the energy that makes us manifested. Every single thing. I didn't know this before. I thought it was just, you know, the romance, the Valentine's days, and all these stuff. And of course, love your kids, love your parents, all that stuff. But it was not, I didn't know it was an energy. And when you ask at the beginning, and all the elders and the king already answered and said, yeah, how do you keep on? It's love. On my own, I couldn't do the work I do. I also was just like most of you, in the darkness. Because I didn't know any better. I grew up in Kinshasa. In Kinshasa, if you know the story of Congo a little bit, if you don't, I'm going to refresh your mind or inform you. It was really a brutal history for a minute. Congo has been there for millions of years, but for about a minute, it has been very, very difficult. You know, we had, first of all, definitely the enslavement of our people, the capture of about 4 million people from the basin of Congo itself to be deported into the new, so-called New World and to be put captive in forced labor camp and to be humiliated and all kinds of things. But on the other hand, we also have all the families that were broken down, left barren, missing children, missing fathers, missing mothers, missing, broken, had to run away. People don't even know how Africa looked back then. It was not like we just stood there and waited, oh, we're here, just come and fetch us. You know, those are for fetching, those are for picking up today. No, 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 no. We ran for our lives. We fought for every single one. 10 died on the ground to make it on the boat, to make it on the other shore. Our communities were destroyed because they took everyone. They didn't discern. The question is, how do we survive this? Right? How do we make it in this reality that's so rough? Do we forget? Do we forgive? How we move on when it's steep? Those are the questions that I ask myself every day from the youngest time. Thanks to elders like Professor Small, Dr. Jeffries, Benyo Akanan, Sheikh Anta Diop, and many more that I cannot even name, Clark and so forth. So many. I was born into the light of understanding what is my potential, what is the love that animates me. Growing up in Congo, brutal. After that, 3 million gone, 4 million gone, then colonization comes. 12 million dead then. Brutally murdered because of the exploitation of rubber and ivory. Congo is given to a person, King Leopold II, cousin of, the crown of England at the time. And realizing that it was really a great asset because we had rubber and it was the time of the tires, the automobile exploded and we needed tires, and Congo had forests full of rubber trees. So Congo becomes, wow, Baraka, how we call it, the Baraka, the jackpot. But none of the Congolese who already had been beaten down with enslavement, trying to reorganize and restructure their societies as best as they could. Now comes again the colonizer and the exploiter. With that, many atrocities. So what is important to do is when we are together as a family, we have to celebrate the fact that we are together, all of us. All of us are together. On this side, on that side. You see, I have a bracelet right here. I'll pass it around. Every single shade of human people are on this bracelet. And this is what makes the earth. That little blue dust ball that flies around the universe. So we are all on it. And all of us are on it. But we have to talk. We have to reconcile our identity. You have to know what happened to me. And I have to know what happened to you. Because I hold half of your story. And you hold half of mine. So what integrity do I have if I don't listen? What integrity do I have if I don't hear you? Not only that, but I also have to hear from my perpetrators. What happened? What happened to you? You're a child of mom just like me. What happened for you to lift off and just go and take your brothers and chain them and brutalize them and torture them? They say, oh, they had to dehumanize Africans in order for them to treat Africans like that. I say, oh, hold on. No. They had to dehumanize themselves in order to treat humans like that. So what happened to you? What went wrong? For you to decide that the only way you could make it is by destroying others and by striving to see the pain and suffering of others so just you can have a house, a bigger one, so just you can have a car, you can have some jewelry on. No. Something deep is happening. Something deep happened to you. Who scared the bejesus out of you for you to have changed so much that you have lost your humanity? I need to know. Do I have to forgive? It's a choice. Do I have to forget? No, because you need help. We do, but you do too. I'm going to give a very simple example. I think every adult in the room will understand. If I have, if a couple comes to or a woman comes to the doctor's office and she says, oh, I have some problem, can you check me? The gynecologist checks her and says, oh, you have some ST. Oh, where does that come from? I'm faithful and what's going on? Why? Well, maybe you have a partner. Okay. So if they give the woman only the medication and she fixes herself, but nothing changes in the behavior of her partner, do you think that in 15 days she won't be back into that office? She will be back, and the thing will propagate itself and continue to propagate. So you have to cure the couple. You have to cure the one who has been the victim, but you also have to work with the perpetrator. How? That's the question. So this is what I find out when I find out the riches of my African culture, which is really the foundation for most culture, because we are the elders of the human race. We are also the civilization builders. We build civilization all throughout the planet. We started the kickoff of the civilization in the West, in Greece, because they came to Africa and got a lot of information. When they couldn't handle it anymore and crashed into the Roman Empire, the Moors came back and kind of gave a CPR to Europe again. And again, Europe kicked off again. Fine, that's what we are supposed to do. But don't bite my hand after that. Acknowledge. I won't do the same. Acknowledge. So we have work. We have the work of understanding who we are, and I think this is a thing that everybody talked about. We do have to know who we are. And yes, I say it. Africa is the energy. Africa is not a place. People think, oh, it's only the black people. Right? I say, yeah, of course it's the black people. But where did the other one come from? My pale baby, I call them. My angry pale baby. Why angry? Why angry? Why I say angry? Because maybe they couldn't play it in the sun like everybody else. Alright? It can just be that. Sometimes you are angry, you don't even know the reason why. But we have to find out, we owe to find out. And more are coming on board. Because this civilizational proposal has come to an end. For everyone. Black, brown, yellow, white, green. We know. How can we not be at the end if we can invent weapons that can blow up the planet 60, 70, 80,000 times? How can you top that? Blow the universe? Really? We can blow the planet. We have reached the capacity to blow up the planet. Our habitat and every other being habitat. So tell me if this is not the end of a civilization. And it's a civilization that has failed in many ways, but we have to accept it's also succeeding in others. We have progressed because there was a time where a person like me couldn't even come in here and speak and hold a microphone. I would be holding the broom. So we have to acknowledge that people fought side by side, of all creed, all colors. We have to give those ancestors also the respect that they deserve. Because we need more people on board with their talents, with their strength, with their know-how, with their creativities. We need everyone on board. But we have to be aware, like my elder said, like my king said, we always have to be aware of to see, identify where is the malady. Genetic? What's wrong? Is it that because, like I said, they didn't go under the sun and they're angry because they couldn't play outside and they're frustrated? No. I think it's fear. It's the fear of dying. The fear of not having enough. The fear that brought about that concept, it's either me or you that's gonna make it this winter. We don't have this problem in Africa, I'm sorry, we don't. We don't even have to grow anything, really. Anybody who has been to Africa, everybody has been to Africa, Congo, Central Africa, West Africa, you don't have to do anything. You can just sit down. This is really the Garden of Eden. You can sit there and just pick up the fruits that comes every season. There's plenty of animals running around, like, you know, hey, McDonald's today, or Burger King, you know. There is really an abundance of things. So we develop a different mentality. But the you or me mentality has to go.
That's right.
Has to go. And that starts with us. Because we adopted that you and me mentality. We adopt not to trust each other anymore. We adopt like, oh, to be suspicious, to be unforgiving of each other anymore, to be different. Oh, you are from Ghana, you speak English. Oh, I'm from Congo, I speak French. Oh, you are from the Caribbean. Oh, no, I'm from America. So we have adopted the spirit of division, the spirit of fear. Enough. Be slow.
I went home, I changed my lifestyle. At that time it was called vegetarian. I became vegetarian, now vegan. And I've been on the journey ever since, and it's been healing me every day.
My gosh, we wish.
So it helps you redefine your environment. They lost, not yours. Time to do spring cleaning.
Text for all my daughters. Never ask for payment in the womb ×9. Now we see the blood on the street times try. Feminine energy, balance up the indestructible in the vaginal. Heaven in thine, heaven is mine. Spiritual, lyrical, mother sang sweetest taboo, rickle kind. If I was astonished by the level of shame, feminine energy, energy reign. Intuition and ambition, intuition shine. Intuition and ambition running through my veins. Pour out the love, let the healing begin. The birds and the bees.
Today.
Hissa.